Well, there we have it as we start off our journey to the south, to Spain. Hopefully, the Spanish border. It's -9 this morning. Good morning. Right, well, after that very cold start, and now having gone back to Rian's to pick up a few things I forgot, we filled up, and that's us ready to hopefully hit the Spanish border today. The GPS is saying 6 hours, which means realistically that's probably seven to 7.5 hours in the van, because I don't go that fast. But yeah, we should be there by this evening, which would be great. Hopefully a slightly warmer weather. Yeah, -9 last night. Incredible.
In the heat of a perfect summer, you were warm like the trees.
Right, just a bit of an update really. We're over an hour into the journey already. All the heaters are on, everything else. And we're on the A87 towards Cholet, eventually heading down towards Bordeaux, and then following the coast all the way down to Bayonne and maybe Biarritz, and if we can, the Spanish border. But take a look at that. It's so bloody cold. It's incredible. Outside, it's now 11:15 in the morning, and outside it's managed to creep up to 1 degree. But yeah, there's a hell of a cold grip on France at the moment. Someone's ready to go out for a walk. Have a little leg stretch and a wee, eh, Miles? Right, let's just stop now. Probably stop for 20 minutes or so at this one, and I chose one of these airs as opposed to the overpopulated places with the fuel. Just as they tend to have more grassy areas and less traffic, making life easier to walk Molly and get her to stretch her legs off. I'm going to set up the kit now, make a coffee, and chill for a little while. Let the phone charge back up a bit, and then we'll crack on again. But at the moment, the GPS is saying we should get to the border by about 5 o'clock this evening. I'm guessing that's going to be closer to 6, but it should still be in daylight anyway, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. So that'll be good. And when we get there, then we can reassess whether we get our heads down for the night or crack on for another couple of hours and just get across the border and put some distance into the Spanish side. But we'll figure that out a bit later. Right now, admin, coffee, and chill for a bit. Catch you in a bit. Right, that's the stop done, and we are back on our way. We've got saying 3 hours left basically to get down to Bayonne. And yeah, so I had a brew, a bit of galette de roi, a bit of cake that was left over from Myron's birthday, a coffee, and Molly's had a chew stick, some meat, and a pea and a poo. Didn't need to know that, but there you go. And yeah, we're all set, ready to crack on with a few more miles. I'll try and get at least an hour, 2 if I can, without stopping again. See how it goes. But God, the sunshine is so good. At the moment on the dash it's saying 8 degrees, and even back there, just walking around the van on the outside, it was so bloody warm, or at least compared to -9 this morning and -7 the other morning, absolutely tropical in comparison. There we go. Yeah, it's all going well. Put down a fair few miles under our belt already, and yeah, just enjoying the travel down. I can't remember if I said this at the beginning, but I chose to do the toll roads It's the shortest, it's the most fuel efficient apparently, and the quickest, even though, albeit, it's going to be the most expensive option. I've no idea what the tolls are going to cost. To get to Riens there was nothing, and here it didn't start till just south of Angers. So it'll be interesting really to see what sort of price it is by the time I get down to the border. In my mind, I'm hoping it's not more than €100, which is still, you know, that's almost, that's probably 3/4 of a tank of fuel. But it's just I didn't get much sleep last night, so I just wanted an easier drive really, a faster flowing, easier drive. So I chose to come this way. You know, the other way would be more scenic, and I'm sure many people will jump on here saying, oh, you should have stopped here, there and everywhere, and maybe some other time. You know, I lived in France for 10 years. I do know quite a bit of France. This trip isn't about being in France, except for the first week with Rian. This is about getting south, finding sun, doing some exploring, and checking out Portugal for the most part, even though we're off to Malaga. But that's besides the point. Let's not look at all the detail. Here we go, 11,000. Ticking them over, and that's 100 kilometers short of Bordeaux. €53 for essentially 300 odd kilometers of road. There's still, after Bordeaux, there'll be another péage, I should imagine, down to the Spanish border. So I'm not sure what that'll cost. But if this is the only pay-in one, then to do the whole of the north of France to the Spanish border, in this, which is a class 2, so not a car, which is slightly cheaper, the car being slightly cheaper, then that's not a bad price to pay, really. There you go. A multiple car smash. No roads closed, or rather no lanes closed, no diversions, no lower your speed or anything like that. They just get on with it, get it off the road eventually, and let the traffic flow. That's it, we're now on the last main road, so we just exited the ring road of Bordeaux and now headed south to Bayonne, and it's 171 kilometers, one straight road, no more turnings off, so let's get it done. Right, that's us in for the evening. We're in the Aire de Bigard? I can't remember now. But we're halfway between Bayonne and the Spanish border. We're literally 10 minutes from the border. So we've made it down to the border, which was the goal for today. I'm absolutely hanging out my hoop That's been about 10 hours. I think I left at 9 this morning, and it's now, hang on, just gone 7 o'clock. So yeah, 10 hours. There we go. I'm not sure how well that's showing up, but pretty much that's Bayonne there. We're there, and the Spanish border is just there. So that's good enough in my book. Right, I'll just give you a quick look. I'm not sure how much of this will show up actually, but I've come to the furthest, darkest part of the car park. You've got the service station up there, so that'll be quite handy for a coffee in the morning if I can't be asked to make my own. And yeah, toilet block just there as well. So you got everything here, and that's us in. But it is pretty cold though. Well, good morning from a service station not far from the Spanish border. It's 10 degrees at the moment, but I've had the heater on for about half an hour. Only on number 3, so it goes H1 is the lowest and H6 is the highest. So just ticking along on H3, and it's up to 10 degrees already after about half hour. Molly's still there in a Christmas jumper, just chilling out. She can't be asked. It was another very cold night. I think it's down to -3, or on the forecast it was -3 anyway. But yeah, I found I think I said last night, I found the darkest, quietest place away from the service station, from the main part of the fuel pumps, etc. And it worked a treat. It was really peaceful and quiet last night. There's one other camper van here, a big motorhome, just the other side of me. Well, many spaces the other side of me, and that was us all night. So good to get the diesel heater on. I'm not interfering with anyone's silence or peace or anything like that, and it's not that loud anyway. Plan now is to prep the van, start it up, defrost the windscreen, because that's another issue. That's all frosted over, and then make our way to Leclerc just before the border, buy a couple of things, and then we're off and we'll be on our way. Distance wise, it's probably a 12-hour drive today realistically to get to Ithnaka, or Isnajar as it looks on a map. I'm not sure I've got that in me, if I'm being perfectly honest, or that I need to do it in one whole day. So if I can get to Madrid, it's about 5-6 hours away, I'll be happy with that, to be fair. Maybe past Madrid would be good, because tomorrow is a Fete of the Three Kings or something. I don't know. And then it's a bank holiday the day after. So we'll try and get as close to or just past Madrid if we can, and reassess from there. Right, see, I don't think the camera would have picked it up last night, though I did try and show you. That's the main service station just up by there. I went up there last night, got a hot sandwich. But it's quite a big area, so all that up there, and it does go on quite a bit. Will be good for walking Molly in a bit. Give her some sort of exercise before we hit the road. I'd like to get a couple of hours done after the shop at Leclerc. But yeah, it's going to be another glorious day. The sun's already on its way up. I say it is bloody cold though. Yeah, diesel heater's still going. I'll switch that off in a minute and start the van, and then let the van run then for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Defrost the windscreen, which is, you can see, all frozen over again. Seems to be a regular occurrence at the moment. Yeah, and that's us. And then we'll be on our way. Madrid bound. We'll see you soon. Right, so there you go. The van is showing -5. Hey, España! Right, that's all the admin done, and we're back on the road. Cheese is bought for Kath, and I've just filled up. Already some massive mistakes, and I'm not even counting driving on the wrong side of the road. Pulled up in a fuel station. Diesel was 124, which is hugely cheaper than France and the UK, and it's because the Spanish put less of a tax on it because they see it as an absolute essential for working and living, you know, paying your fuel. But I pulled up at the wrong pump and basically put it in at 139, which is still a lot cheaper than France. But yeah, what a pain in the arse that was. However, it's 10% renewable fuel, so look at me saving the planet 10% of my fuel tank at a time. We're now across the border and heading for San Sebastian, and then we'll hang a left down towards Madrid sometime later after that, God knows how long. But unlike yesterday, I had a brilliant sleep last night, so hopefully we'll get a few good hours in today without feeling tired all the time. Just jump on here. Honestly, it's tunnel after tunnel after tunnel, stacks to see here in the Pyrenees. Lots of mist and stuff coming off the higher peaks, which are just off camera. But I've just come past a little hill there on the right, and there was about 4 or 5 vultures just circling above the road. Absolutely incredible. I didn't have a bloody camera on, and there was nowhere to stop with my own camera to take a photo. But this is just a taste of things to come. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, temperature's down to 0 now outside. We've got up to about 1400 meters in altitude, but hopefully that's it and we're dropping down the other side. Yeah, there's lots of signs now saying about snow and everything else, and the skies are clouding over slightly, but we are still in the mountains, so God knows what's going to come our way, but yeah, we're definitely coming through a cold patch at the moment. Right there, just a bit of an update really. Madrid is now 40 kilometers away, which is what, 25 miles, something like that, 28 miles. It's 4:25 in the afternoon, and my thinking now is I've still got pretty much 2 hours of good light left, or an hour and a half of good light, and you know, a half hour of twilight. So I'm thinking just punch on and see how far we get. And if we get stuck halfway through Madrid and some really, you know, bumper to bumper tailback, then so be it. sun setting on another day, and we're still driving. We managed to get to Madrid. We're now south of Madrid, heading for Cordoba, but that's like another 370 kilometers. I haven't got it in me, and I don't need to do it all tonight anyway, so yeah, it's going to be a case of I'll probably go for another hour or so, a couple of hours, I don't know, and then we'll pull over. I've just pulled off the main road again, which is just there. Give Molly a last walk of the evening, really, whilst we're driving. But yeah, I've just missed the last of the sunset, which was absolutely cracking. And yeah, just give her a bit of a walk now. You all right, Mols? How are you doing? Right, we're in for the night. It's been another mammoth day, to be honest. But such was the pull to head south. I'm at Viata de San Juan, I think. I'm about 250 kilometers still north of Cordoba, and yeah, this will do for tonight. I'll give you a better look tomorrow morning. Wow, crazy day on the road. Seen so much today. The vultures, the Pyrenees at the top end. There's like a I don't know what they are. Sierra del Guacamole. I don't bloody know. But something just to the north of Madrid, and that was stunning. All clad in snow and all the rest of it. But yeah, such a clear, stress-free run all the way down. And the last time I paid a toll, was up around San Sebastian, I think it was, which was €16. It's been nothing the whole way down. Nothing. Roads are clear, hardly any traffic. The only bit of traffic we had, really, traffic build-up, which you would have seen on some of the video, was coming through the centre of Madrid. And I was dreading that, to be fair, coming through the centre, but it's like, in places, there were two lots of motorways joining. There was like 8 lanes wide. And we had one bit where we slowed right down for about half a kilometre. And even then, we're still doing 30 to 40 mile an hour. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I think to get this far, from the whole north coast, so Caen, Ouistreham, where we came in on the ferry, to get to here has cost me no more than €100 in tolls by coming down the west coast of France and crossing the Pyrenees close to San Sebastian. Right, a very simple dinner, snacky dinner. When in Spain and all that kind of malarkey, so just some meats that I picked up today and a camembert, which is not so Spanish, that I got from Carrefour before coming across the border. And that's it. I'm that tired. I cannot be asked to cook anything. Molly waiting anxiously for the rabbits. She had such a great chase on them last night, even though it was pitch black. Yeah, we're still here at the Viata de San Juan, Jan Juan San, something like that. Friggin' Baltic again. As you can see, all the front is iced up. It started to defrost, which is probably a bit because I've opened the curtains and allowed the heat from the diesel heater to come through. But it's such a lovely, glorious morning again. So you don't mind the cold nights, really. And this area here, I'm not sure what it is, but it's just like this massive open parking space. That there is actually a helipad. So I'm not sure what that's for. Oh, you just got the sun breaking now and catching the tops of those trees. So we'll go outside and have a look. Go on then, Mol. That's it, she's off. Yeah, so we've got a church up there. Lovely little church. And a garage, I guess that is. Yeah, as I say, it's been... You've got some road noise in the background off the main road that we drove in on, but not enough to disturb me, not last night. Yeah, the plan now is to crack on south. We should be there in about, well, the GPS says 3 hours, but as we know and has been proven already on the route down here, I'm not going to do it in 3 in the van. I've barely gone, well, I haven't gone above 55 really, unless I've been overtaking a lorry. And there ain't many things on that road slower than me, so overtakes are few and far between. But yeah, I guess 4 hours maybe, and it's now, what is it now? 10 to 9 in the morning, so we should get there for lunchtime anyway. You know, Spain. We'll drive on Spain time, which is get there when we can. Right, we'll see how good this app is. I've got just under half a tank actually, bearing in mind I haven't filled up since the Spanish border up in the north. And I'm using an app now called Gasall, G-A-S-A-L-L. And basically it just gives you the price of your preferred fuel along your route and everywhere else where you are in the country. And this one is saying diesel B, which I think I can use. Soon find out, is 116. Oh yeah, I can see it on the board now. 116 a litre. That's like £1 a litre. That's fantastic. Well, there you have it. I found the pump for diesel B. It is 116, but because I haven't got an effing clue what I'm doing, the guy just come out and said I can't have it because actually diesel B is for the agricultural side of things, so I'm guessing you know it's their equivalent of red diesel or whatever, so we can't have it, so that's a bit of a bummer. So I'm gonna have to turn that off in the app. Anyway, we're here and we'll fill up. So what an absolute klutz. Yeah, know your diesel is the moral of that one. We're under 2 hours to go, and I thought I'd just give Molly another walk. And like a lot of these service stations, there's a back service road out to the fields and stuff. So I'll just walk Molly down this. Gotta be honest, the van was showing like 4 or 5 degrees. We're actually standing in the sun, as is always the case. It feels so much warmer. Oh my god, it's bloody beautiful here. Yeah, that's the one thing Andalusia is known for, is its olive growing. I know where I'm going now at Kath, she's got quite a few olives and has it harvested and then made into oil by the corporation or local corporation. Hello, warmth. Oh yes, we finally got some. It's not going to last and it'll be bloody freezing tonight, but hey, they'll make the most of it while it's lasting. Yeah, I'm not sure whether that's showing clearly, but at the base of the trees they shake off all the olives and then just brush them into piles. You can see it at the base of pretty much all the trees here. Right, let's crack this last bit of the journey. We've got about 15 minutes left to go. yeah, we're just driving all these twisty, windy roads with some massive hills. I forgot just how savage they were, but when I stayed out here for 3 months back in the beginning of 2021, I was the fittest I've ever been, I think. I was running, rowing and cycling, pretty much one of those disciplines every single day. And the road I'm on now formed part of the cycling route. You know, sometimes we'd go out as groups of 5, 6, 7, something like that, and we'd be banging out like 100k, no problem, including all these hills. And I didn't find it, you know, at the end of 3 months, I didn't find it a problem at all. And I was training for the, as I mentioned in the Our Story video, I was training for the Atlantic Row at the time, so any fitness was good fitness. And yeah, I'm just driving up some of those where I'm back into first and second gear. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, if I was on a bike trying to do that now, I'd be puking and shitting myself and all sorts. But yeah, back then, 5 years ago, absolutely not a problem. And I think that's where I'd like to be. I'd like to get back to that kind of fitness again. Oh, that's it, we've arrived after, I don't know what it is, maybe 2,000-ish kilometres? Something like that, I'll figure it all out later. And 2.5 days of driving, or about 25 hours of driving, we've finally arrived. And that, just for orientation, that down there is the lake of Ithnaka, or Isnaja. So, with all that mileage in the bank, it's now time to bring this travel vlog, which is literally just travelling from north to south, to an end. And again, I'm not sure. I'm just doing it for my own recording and something to look back on. I'm not sure it's going to be that visually entertaining, but I'll put it up anyway. And with that, I shall see you in the next one. Take care. Thank you for everything you do, and bye-bye.